Good morning, Flosstube. Well, at least it's morning here. It's Friday morning. It's raining and cold and my favourite kind of weather. And I thought I'd record an update. So, I've got a bit of a plan today. So, I thought I'd start with my favourite new thing, which is project bags. I have a project bag problem. I found a fantastic tutorial from Suzette, who's got a YouTube channel, The Primitive Stitcher, and she did a tutorial about a few years ago, I think 2017. And then I thought, you know what, if I'm going to do extra whips, because I'm a bit of a stitch one thing at a time kind of person, but if I'm going to do extra whips, which I've kind of started doing, I'm going to make a project bag for each one. So I've made some project bags using her tutorial, which is just fantastic. I've changed the sizes a bit. So for example, I made this one, which is my, to put an 8-inch Q-snap in. And then this one has an 11-inch. Although I think I might make it a little bit bigger just to give it a little bit more wiggle room. But that's my addiction at the moment, is project bags. And then I'm trying to also, I've kind of made up my own pattern also that had a built-in kind of zip at the bottom as well as the top to put your notions and things in. But I'm not sure whether I like that better or whether I like making a little notions bag separate that goes in. I think separate because when I'm stitching, I tend to take my stuff out of the project bag and I can just have this little thing here with me and my cross stitch, and I don't have to have necessarily the project bag always to go into. So I'm going to make a couple more of those. I'm kind of tweaking the sizes so I know, you know what, this is what I'm going to make if I want to put 11-inch Q-snap in. This is what I want to make if I want to put an 8-inch Q-snap in. So that's my favourite new thing. My best new thing is project bags. Okay, so whips that I've been working on. Obviously, I've been working on the seasons stitch along. I really want to finish spring. I hope to finish it this weekend. So this is where I'm at with this one. I just need to fill in the bottom here, and then I'm going to do the borders as I finish that block. So next I'll do the summer and hope to start that next week, but I've kind of, well, I'll talk about it in a minute, but I've kind of joined along with Jolly July. So my other whip actually that I've been working on that I really, really want to finish, because it's my this is my sneaky present for my husband for Father's Day. It's actually a Super Mario. It's the shape of Super Mario, and then within the shape, the silhouette of Super Mario is Bowser and Mario jumping over to defeat him at the end of a level, if any of you are Mario fans, which we are. So yeah, I think my motivation on that is hard because it's white Ada, which, you know, I got when I was first starting. It's 18 count, but I just don't think white Ada is my favourite to stitch on. I don't know. I think maybe because this natural linen that I'm doing this on is just so beautiful that it doesn't really compare, but it's definitely right for that pattern. So I'm working on that in between things. And then I had a bit of like I said, I had a bit of a wander down the rabbit hole that is Instagram. Sorry about that. I wandered down the rabbit hole that's Instagram and came across Jolly July, which is a whole heap of cross stitches are basically stitching things for Christmas in July. And I was like, that's awesome, because I'd love to finish some things and know that I've got them ready for Christmas time. So I've got a couple. I've got this Nordic heart pattern that I'm doing. I've only just started this one, so it's only got a few stitches in. It's just on a white 32 count Zweigart linen. So, and I forgot who the designer of that pattern is, but I'll put it in the description box if anyone's interested. It's a beautiful, because the only picture I've got of it is the actual chart, so obviously I can't show you that. And then the other one I'm doing is Search the Sky by WaxingMoonDesigns, which I loved it because it's May you never be too grown up to search the sky on Christmas Eve. I just think that's just so gorgeous. And my family, we do Christmas on Christmas Eve. And I just remember when I was little and always looking up at the sky. It's very hot here in Australia for Christmas, so you're always outside. It's like 40 degrees Celsius. So, and looking up and being like, can we see Father Christmas? Can we hear his bells? So I've got that. I've actually got some white linen, and I'm going to be dyeing it with Rit Dye navy blue. And then I've got all the colours ready. So I will make a project bag for that, maybe with Christmas fabric. And then I'll put that in there and hopefully start that this week. So I also have my stitch along with which Lindy Stitches is doing, and the pattern is called The Title is a Mystery, and the next part comes out Friday. So I was all excited. I was like, yay, the pattern's going to come out today. And I checked my email and then I thought, oh no, I'm in Australia, so Friday for everyone else is Saturday for us. So I'll wait till tomorrow and then I'll do that straight away because I'm excited and I want to see what it is, because the little girl is just beautiful, and I can't imagine what's coming next. So, and then so that's the Lindy Stitches Representation Matters stitch along. It's free, and you just subscribe to her. You give her your email and she'll send you what the instructions are so far. Finishes is none. Although, you know, when I finish spring, I'm totally going to count that as a finish, because technically it's a finished step in the stitch along. So I feel like that should count, right? totally counts. But I really want to, well, I've got a plan. I'm going to, in the mornings, if I've got like free stitchy time, I'm going to work on my Jolly July projects. So I'm going to stitch my Christmas cross stitches, and then in the evenings, if I have some stitchy time, once the girls are in bed, I'm going to work on my seasons stitch along, and I'm also going to, from Tiny Modernist, and I'm going to work on my Mario and kind of alternate between those just to finish those off. That's my plan. But then coming to haul, I've got haul coming, but it takes a long time. Some of it's coming from America, so that could take a month really to come here at least. But the stuff that's coming from Australia hopefully should come here next week. So that's exciting, and I've got some linens and stuff coming for other projects that I want to do. But I also, Instagram, guys, Instagram. It's, and Kristen from Still City Stitches, she just finished the most beautiful Christmas stitch. It's the pattern's called Fawn, and it's from MadameChantillyxxx. I'm probably saying it wrong, sorry. It's gorgeous, and so I went on Etsy and I bought it, and so that's I'm going to be doing that one too. So I'm going to pull the threads, pull those together into like a project bag, and I'm just waiting to choose the fabric. I think I may do something like this kind of natural linen kind of color for it, but yeah, so I'll think about that a little bit and work on my other ones before I start that one. And you know I'm going to come to my next video and be like, I started it literally straight after I finished my last video. But I have good intentions of waiting. So that's where I am at. I hope everyone else is doing awesome, having awesome fun for Jolly July, or even if you're not doing Jolly July, whatever you're stitching. I love the rabbit hole of Flosstube and cross stitches on Instagram. So I'll be looking at everything that you guys are doing. And if you're wanting to catch up with what I'm doing, obviously I'm Erin. I'm from Slower Simple Happy, and that's my name on Instagram as well, which I'll link in the description box. And I'll put all the details of all the patterns I'm working on as well, in case anyone's interested. And I'll also link to Suzette from Primitive Stitches Project Bag tutorial because it's super easy. The first one's a bit confusing. You're like, is this gonna work? And then through some sorcery, it comes out. It's like, wow, that's awesome. So it's super easy though. Even beginner sewers would be able to do it. It's an amazing tutorial. I can't even imagine how long it took her to put that together. So I'll link to everything in the description box below. It's been awesome catching up with you, and I will see you next week. Bye.